Hello, I'm Terry from Fine & Country, and today you join me in the heart of Buckingham town centre, and it is my absolute honour to bring to the market this exquisite Grade 1 listed property. In over 20 years as an estate agent, Castle House has to be, without doubt, the most exceptional home I've ever brought to the market. With over 14,500 square feet of accommodation, this is an exceptionally flexible property. We have 10 bedrooms, there are 8 bathrooms, 7 reception rooms, ample garaging and parking, but we also benefit here from 2 separate cottages which would be ideal as offices or for staff quarters, and on top of that there's a wonderful gym and spa. There are a number of notable guests who have visited Castle House, including Henry VII, Queen Catherine of Aragon, King Charles I, Prince Rupert of the Palatine, and most recently Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, who visited in November 2013. The east wing of Castle House was constructed around 1370 with a 16th century Elizabethan addition. A west wing was also constructed in the early 15th century, with the south wing added around 1708. Upon entering, you get an immediate feeling of the wow factor. This exceptional hall provides a great first impression of the home. There's a reception room to either side of the hall, both of which are used as libraries, and of course we have this wonderful feature oak staircase rising to the first floor. For anybody that likes to entertain, this dining room is exquisite. There's space for a table to seat 14 to 16 guests. We have a beautiful, large open fireplace, whilst the windows here provide an excellent view over the formal gardens. Formerly the great parlour, the drawing room is one of my favourite rooms of the house. With feature crossbeams, windows that provide lovely natural light and exceptional views over the garden, a big feature fireplace, but also the space to house a full-length grand piano. Well, as part of this tour, I'm also joined by the owner of the house, 𝗍𝗏𝗄𝗏. Now, Ingrid, thank you first of all for instructing Fine & Country to sell the home. Just a couple of questions I'd like to ask you. First of all, what attracted you to Castle House originally?
Well, the history of Castle House is fascinating, as you well know. I mean, Henry VII was here, Catherine of Aragon was very good friends with the owners, so stayed here quite often. Charles I had his military headquarters. In fact, he sat on those steps there and conducted the war. Also, Thomas Jefferson was here and John Adams, and so it's just full of very fascinating history. And I think that it was also, we saw a lot of potential in this house to turn it into what we thought would be very beautiful.
And you have done. What would you say you'll miss about Castle House?
The university here has, first of all, introduced us to lots and lots of people. They've got wonderful lecture series, and we've met very intelligent, erudite, interesting, warm people in this area, which we didn't expect, having lived in London for a long time. We've actually made really special friends here.
Oh, well, it's a beautiful home, and Ingrid is going to play us out on the piano afterwards, but let's continue with the tour. Well, I mentioned the sitting room was one of my favourite rooms. However, this is my favourite room. This exceptional bedroom is presented to the highest of standards. We have a hidden ensuite WC and also a hidden dressing room and bathroom as well. The main bedroom has high voltage ceilings with cross beams, 17th century panelling and a fireplace with Elizabethan and Jacobean overmantels, in addition to vine trails to the columns. Could you imagine just waking up in this wonderful room and heading over to look at the view that you have here of the formal grounds? Amazing. There are a couple of great features in this bedroom as well, one of them being the servant's bell. But also, this amazing piece of engineering here is incredibly rare, but if you are lying in bed and you want to let somebody in without having to get out of bed, the pull of a cord and it's job done. This part of the house absolutely oozes charm and character, the beautiful beams, and also another lovely bedroom here with the vaulted ceiling. But as you can see, there are still many more bedrooms and bathrooms to explore. Part of the huge overhaul here at Castle House that was undertaken by the current owners includes the cellars here as well. The flooring, the ceilings and additional supports had to be put in, but this is a wonderful dry cellar that is also an excellent place for storing vintage wines. Castle House also benefits from having two two-bedroom cottages, which are ideal as staff accommodation or offices. And if you want to be able to get away from it all, there is space for a very large hot tub, in addition to changing rooms, a gymnasium upstairs and a great relaxation area. Despite being in the town centre, the high walls here around Castle House provide a really good degree of privacy. The gardens, however, are simply stunning. Wonderful hedges, immaculate borders, and this formal lawn has played host to many a social gathering. I'm sure you will agree that the grounds are as equally exceptional as the main house as well. If you would like any further information on Castle House or to arrange a viewing, please give me a call. The telephone number is about to follow. However, I will leave the owner and world-renowned concert pianist Ingrid Jacobi to play us out. Thanks for watching.